Cześć wszystkim, jestem Maria z Poznań Hussars. Dzisiaj nagramy odcinek po angielsku. Today we have a special guest. His name is Jay Watts. He came from very far away and he is the head coach of our Polish women's national team. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you for having me.
Today's episode will be a little bit different than usual. We will not talk about Poznań Hussars. We will say a few things about our Polish women's national team because very soon, on the 6th of July, we are going to Braga in Portugal, where we will play in the European Championships. This is the first time in Polish history that a senior women's team will take part in such an event. So it's a very, very important event. And Coach, how do you feel about it?
First of all, I think it's a tremendous opportunity. So many of you have been working very hard to get to this point. It's an opportunity for us to play together as a team. It's an opportunity for us to test ourselves against some of the best players in the world. It's an opportunity to represent our country. For me personally, it's a great honor to be a part of this program, to represent Polish lacrosse, and to have a chance to coach in this great event.
A lot of us feel very stressed, but also excited at the same time. Thanks to the help of our coaches, we are prepared. We have Jay Watts, who is our head coach, but we also have two amazing coaches from Poznań. They are assistant coaches. It's Aleksandra Żbikowska, who has been our team's head coach for, I think, 2 years now, and Marcin Basiński, who was our head coach before Żbik. So two coaches with a lot of experience, and we have spent many hours on the field in those recent months. In my opinion, from one training camp to another, you could see really great progress in our players. And do you also feel that?
Yes. Every time I'm here, I feel like we are far better than we were during my last visit. And specifically just over the last 12 months, from the training camp in November to the training camp that we had in March to today, I think we're in a much better position than we were last year. We have obviously great players, but they've also been working very hard. We have players that have had a chance to play in the United States and to train there with some great coaches. But we also have a lot of great players here in Poland who have been working hard and playing in the club league and having a chance to improve their skills. So I'm very excited. Yes, there's always a little bit of stress and anxiety going into an event like this, but I'm very confident that we'll be able to play well.
Yes, there's this good stress and bad stress, right? That's
Right.
just, I think this is the good one. What do you think will be crucial to achieve success at this European Championships?
I think the biggest thing, first of all, is for us to be able to play together as a team. Even though we've had these training camps together, when we get to Braga, it'll be the first time we've had every single member of our team together on the field at the same time.
Mm.
And we'll have about 3 days to practice and scrimmage and to get ready for the tournament. So rather than thinking of players as Fresnia or Poznań or Wrocław, having a chance for us to see ourselves as one national team with no divisions between the groups, I think is going to be really important. If we can do that, then I think the next step is for us to simply focus on the things we can control. We can't control the other teams or who may be on their roster, but we can control how we play and how we respond to adversity. And we just want to play the best that we can every time we step on the field.
Yes, I think this is very important to focus on ourselves and not the other teams. I feel like maybe some of our players feel a bit intimidated when they see those rosters, see some famous names in the lacrosse world. So if we focus on us, on what we can do, this will definitely be an important thing.
Yeah. One of the things I always tell my teams in the United States, never make the name on the other team's jersey more important than the name on yours. So as long as we can focus on ourselves, I think we'll be in good shape.
Yes, you are also the coach of an American college team at the University of Chattanooga in Tennessee. Uh, we are very curious, how did your adventure in lacrosse start, and how did you become the head coach of our Polish national team?
So I actually started playing lacrosse when I was a senior in high school. I had played other sports in high school. I kind of got tired of some of the other sports, and lacrosse was new at that time. I was actually on the first lacrosse team for my high school, Macaulay School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Once I graduated from college and got a job at another high school in Atlanta, they were starting lacrosse there. And so I actually coached boys lacrosse for 2 years. And then they started a girls team, and I started coaching the girls team because they didn't have anybody else at the school who knew lacrosse and was willing to do it. And as I started coaching that team, I really got addicted to the girls' game. Really learned to appreciate the girls' game even more so than the boys' game. The stick skills are so much more challenging, and the game's just more fun to watch. Um, those teams that I was coaching had a lot of success, which also made it fun to coach those groups. But I just had some great athletes and people that I was working with. Started working with USA Lacrosse, and actually attended the World Cup in Prague in 2009 with the U.S. team as kind of an assistant with our national team program. And I remember leaving that event thinking, if there was ever an opportunity for me to be a part and help a program grow in another part of the world, that I would enjoy that opportunity.
Uh-huh.
That opportunity didn't come up until 2017, 8 years later. But I saw a link about a job opening. It was either on Twitter or LinkedIn, somewhere like that. And I applied and went through some interviews and started coaching. In 2018, my first event was in March in Katowice at the women's U20 championship that Poland hosted that year.
Okay, so you have a lot of experience coaching in the US and also in Europe. Do you see any differences between the European and the US game?
I think the biggest difference is just that obviously players in the U.S. have such more experience. They play at a younger age. There are leagues in many cities for 6, 7, 8-year-olds to start playing. And so by the time they get to high school or they get to college, some of them have played for 10, 12 years. Many of our players here didn't start playing until they were 20, 22, 24 years old or older.
Yep.
So that's a huge advantage that the U.S. has on top of just greater resources. Women's sports is promoted much better in the United States, and women have an opportunity to play, again, all sports and be supported at a younger age. So the game is a little bit faster. The ball moves a little bit faster. But I think other countries, Poland and other countries who are playing, are starting to catch up. The U.S. used to just dominate against everyone. That doesn't always happen anymore. There are other countries that are playing better.
Yes, in Europe, I think the strongest team, well, except for England, of course, which they also have a huge history with lacrosse, but also Czechia has been really successful at those big events, which is they are our neighbors, so maybe it will somehow
crossover.
Yeah, let's hope so. Okay, what makes you so eager to come back to Poland every year or a few times every year?
So when I visited Poland in 2018, it was actually the first time I'd ever been to Europe. And I didn't really know what to expect. But immediately I was struck by just some great people, how welcoming they were, how eager they were to learn. It's a beautiful country. Every time I come back, I see something that I've never seen before. But I would say the people, the eagerness for people to learn and to develop and improve their skills. And again, just a beautiful countryside. I brought my daughter with me on this trip. It's the first time she's been here. We've been to the zoo and we've seen some sites around Poznań, but we're also going to go to Torun.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Gdansk during this trip. So I'm just excited to share some of what I've started to love with her and with my family.
I'm really glad to hear that you fell in love with Poland, and I'm very glad that we can work together. Your experience and knowledge helps us. On behalf of the whole team, thank you very much that we can count on you on the field and outside of it. Thank you very much. That's it for today. Yes, I encourage everyone to follow us on social media. Not only Poznań Hussars, but also our Polish national team. Follow our achievements and keep your fingers crossed for Portugal. Thank you.
Thank you. No matter what happens, we're going to make history. So let's make it good history.